is episode 12 at our institution today on Monday. And the topic we'll be having is the hidden costs of poor school leadership. And to tell you the truth, I have led schools in the north, among the northerners, among Yoruba people, and I can tell you that I can say one or two things. In a school, in a space where fees are paid, in a space where fees aren't paid, in a space where parents are just fantastic, in a space where parents are toxic, in a place where teachers are unbelievably hyper productive, and in a space where you have educators being resistant to change. And I can say one or two things about what is costing us as school leaders or classroom leaders, being a leader anyway. So I'll start by saying that I'm welcoming you officially to our 12th episode. And I want us to talk about something that is rarely discussed. And it is definitely not poor teaching. There will be a time we'll begin to talk about teachers. And I like to call them learning facilitators, not teachers. Because, well, in the 21st century, we tend to realize that we've let the industrialized method or system of having um, our schools look like it's not meant to be into where you have individualized learning. Learning has become global and our methods are completely transformed. So I believe that if that's the case, then we shouldn't be sitting down on the same spot. And we're not talking about parenting as well or poor academic performance because right now, academic performance is not what's opening doors. I want us to talk about um, I want us to talk about the poor leadership that we notice in schools, or should I say, the hidden cost of poor school leadership. And I said hidden, and that's because it's not, it's not clear, it's not obvious, and because the greatest cost in a school never appears in the financial statements. It's not very clear. They appear in the hearts of our learning facilitators, or educators, or our teachers and the confidence of children, the trust of parents, and the culture of the school. And there's something I always like to do. I like to ask questions because questioning, I have come to realize, is a way of having everybody go along with you to reflect and to think. So it's not just a passive method of, should I say, dialogue, even if it's not a dialogue per se, but I wouldn't want it to be passive. So asking questions for me helps us to get everybody working along with me. So, what is the most expensive thing a school can lose? Just reflect. You can. Oh no, you can unmute your mic. You can unmute your mic. What is the most expensive thing that a school can lose? Is it money? Is it the buildings? Probably someone wants to sell off the building or it burns down. Is it money? The most expensive thing a school can lose. Is it the school buses? Is it furniture? What is it? Please unmute your mic. Let's hear what we are thinking about. Don't forget, this place is a safe place. It's a safe space. We are here to just express ourselves, share our ideas, and talk. No fear of sounding wrong or making any mistake. I believe that we have we have gone past that era. Because I know I grew up as a child, feeling that if you make a mistake or if you don't speak well or if you don't say something well, if you don't have good grades, if you break a cup, if you break a plate, if you mistakenly spill the milk, you are in trouble, or there's something wrong with you, or you're clumsy. We have grown past that, and I believe everyone on this page or in this meeting understands that when you make mistakes, it's feedback, it's learning, it's growing. So feel comfortable to unmute your mic and respond. Okay, so what do you think is the most expensive thing that a school can use? Just unmute, please. Yes, please go ahead. Go ahead. You raised up your hand. Go ahead. Two people. The first person I can see not available, name not available is what is here. So please, what do you think is the most expensive thing? Where are you calling from, please? Or where are you joining us from? Tell me the state and then your name, your school, and then respond. Yes, please.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam rahmatullah.
Okay, I'm calling from Kaduna.
Aduna, all right.
Lord from Kaduna. I think teachers or facilitators, as you said.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes.
you think teachers? What's your reason, please?
When you have a very good teacher and you lose that teacher, it can also affect, student can also leave.
Yes, I
There
believe
are
you. Mm-hmm.
parents who also believe in teachers.
Yes.
When they see teachers leaving, they lose confidence in the school.
Yes, you are very right. Especially if that teacher is very good. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I think
What school are you going from?
Albamin Academy.
Albany. Oh, beautiful. Alhamdulillah. That's nice. All right. Anybody else, please? Thanks for your contribution. Anybody else?
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, I'm Buhari from Osun State.
Oh, beautiful. We have Ocean State. So, what do you think is the most expensive thing a school can lose?
To me, it's losing a student because of low standard, low academic standard.
Okay. Okay.
So
What is your reason?
if a parent withdraws his or her students
Yes.
because the school is not performing to his or her expectation,
Yes.
that is the most precious thing that the school can lose.
Okay.
Because when you call a school, it's because of the population, because of the students. So if you don't have a student, no matter how big, how attractive the building is, it cannot be referred to as school. So if the school is losing students because of a low standard, low academic standard,
Yes.
that's the most, to me personally, that's the most.
Okay. Very good. You said two things. You're saying two things now. Is it because, I just want to clarify, is it because, you know, you lose a child, or it is because of the reason why you lose that child? Please clarify. There are two things. Unmute your mic and respond again, please. Just clarify for us. Hafiz from Ocean State. Is it because you lose a child or because of the reason for losing a child? There are two different things. Okay, if you're not close to your phone, I can let that slide. Yes, please. Somebody else. You can.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What
My
is your
Please,
name is
name?
I have moved it.
Latin
I have moved it.
Mariam.
Can you hear
My
me
name is
now?
Latin.
There are two people speaking. Can you please hold on? The person from Osun State, please quickly respond so that our new
Hello?
guest can respond. Yes, please go ahead. Go on. We can hear you.
Do you mean Hafiz or the second speaker?
Ocean State, Ocean State. Hafiz.
Okay, okay. Okay, I'm saying that it is normal for the school to lose a child,
Okay.
but if the reason is for because of the low standard,
Okay.
that's the precious thing that the school can lose.
Okay, I
So
understand.
because of the reason, not because of the
Okay, I
child
understand.
himself.
Because if it's because of the reason, they can actually spread. Because people would ask, "Why did you leave that school?" And they will say, "No, they don't teach well," or what of that. Okay, I
Yes,
think I understand you
yes,
very well. All right.
yes. That
Okay.
really destroyed the school.
Okay. All right. Inshallah. Okay, Bin Idris, please. Let me hear from you, please.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa
My name
barakatuh.
is Latin Mariam I'm calling in from Ilorin, Kwara
Okay.
State.
Okay. What's the name of
So
your school, please?
at first, I actually thought I wanted to say it's a teacher, like losing a good teacher.
Mm.
But mere thinking about it, I think it's losing a good structure. Like if the school does not have a good structure or your structure is affected, it could actually affect the whole school.
Okay. What do you mean by structure?
Putting things in place like the leader, you have the HM, people knows what they are supposed to do. When there is a structure in the school, everybody knows their responsibility. But when there is no structure, everything just becomes awkward.
Okay.
There is no, so it can actually be
What do
the
you think
biggest
leads?
asset.
What do you think can lead to the loss of the school structure?
Mm, I honestly think it's the leadership in the school, like the leaders, the ownership. Let me just say the proprietors or the directors. If they didn't put the structure should be there.
Okay. So that means it's not actually losing the structure, meaning that it's not like it was there before and then it got lost. It wasn't there in the first
Okay,
place.
if the school does not have a good structure, it
Okay. So
can
now
be
what we
like
are saying
something.
is, what is it that you already have, and then losing that quality can cost the school? That's the question.
I would think it's a teacher.
The teacher?
Yeah, teacher, a
Okay.
good teacher.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
From
What's the name
experience.
of your school, please?
Noble Scholar Islamic Academy.
Noble Scholars. Beautiful. Alhamdulillah. Thanks for coming up. Yes,
You're
bin
welcome.
Idris.
Now, for me, I'll say trust.
Trust. How do you
Even
mean?
though, permit me to ask, seek clarification from the person that just finished speaking now.
Mm.
When she said structure, was she referring to physical structure or operational structure? I got lost.
Operational.
It's
I
operational.
mean operational.
All right,
She
thank
explained a
you.
bit. Mm.
So I was saying trust. So, trust of the society. If the school is
Hmm.
trusted by the public and then it loses that trust, I think it costs a whole lot.
What do you think can lead to the loss of trust?
Multidimensional. For some, it could be drop in standard, it could be misplacement of priorities, it could be several things, several things.
Okay, okay. Thanks for coming up. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so I had to stop there because I wanted to be sure that we're all on the same page. And I know that we are all learning. So we're going to get there. So some people said trust, some says structure, some says if the reason a child leaves is because of the low quality, then it can, adversely affect the school. And we also had someone talk about what was the first one? Can someone remind me what was the first one? I don't quite remember.
The first one, there's a teacher.
Teachers.
I think it's
Okay,
also
yeah, the
teachers.
teachers. Yes. Okay, that's beautiful. So the teachers. All right. So the most expensive thing a school can lose is trust. And trust is built or broken by leadership. Okay. Many school leaders think leadership is about giving instructions. And I have seen, I have seen even in 2026 where a school leader is instructing teachers about like their, I don't even want to say children because you really shouldn't be instructing children without okay, that's a different topic, but you shouldn't just be instructing children. In 2026, I was in a school this year, a few months ago, where somebody was instructing teachers, so we don't just instruct. Okay. I believe leadership is about creating an environment where people can do their best work, where they feel comfortable, they feel safe, they feel supported. So let me show you what poor leadership can cost. Okay. So number one, we are going to open the floor for us to talk before we invite our our scholar, okay, to come on and give us some insight through their own lenses. You lose good teachers, okay? And everything is encapsulated in what I'm going to say, what we've all contributed. So, cost number one, you lose good teachers. Have you noticed? Just reflect back. I can count a number of instances as well. Have you noticed that the best teachers rarely leave because of children? They rarely leave because of lesson notes. They rarely leave because of flimsy issues. Many leave because they no longer feel valued, respected, or supported, right? And before I continue, I want to quickly say something that when we understand how life works, it will be easier to work with any human being. It will be easy to work with any human being because we all come to life with, how would I put it, with the experiences we've had, and then we see life through those lenses. And because every other person is coming to that school, to that stage with their own lenses, there will be conflict. The leader is coming with his own vision. The teacher is coming with his or her own experiences. Children are coming with their own as well. And then nobody is making any conscious and intentional effort to put everyone on the same page. What do you think is going to be happen? And what do you think is going to happen? There's going to be conflict. There's going to be misunderstanding. There's going to be queries flying everywhere. There's going to be people not meeting deadlines. There's going to be people just getting angry, all over the place. And there'll be tantrums thrown. And being able to sort this out would be by the grace of Allah. So what I want to say is, let me quickly chip this in, is that, and it's something I believe would help all of us. Anytime, and I believe this is going to benefit new school owners. Before we put any child or put any teacher before any child, please give yourself or give everyone time to come and settle on the same space. It's just like having your prayers. You can't pray in different locations. Everybody has to come into the mosque. There has to be an imam, and then you do the takbiratul ihram, and then we all begin. If we don't take this approach in the classroom or in the school, we are going to lose. We are going to lose. And I'll give you an example. Okay. If you want to prepare jollof rice, this is the second simplistic example. You can't take rice in a different pot, put Maggi or seasoning, put salt, put water in different pots, and you think you want to make jollof rice on one gas burner or in one pot. It can't happen. You will not get jollof rice. You have to pour the rice in one pot, the seasoning, the water at the right temperature, cover it and cook before the jollof rice comes out tasting nice. The same thing with running a school. If everyone is not on the same page, from the teachers, the parents, the children, if everyone is not on the same page, you are not going to go forward. There is no curriculum that is going to tell me otherwise. In fact, I believe using different curriculums confuse us more than guiding us. When you understand these basic facts, you know where you are heading. You know you need to be on the same page. You know how humans think. You know the psychology of parents. You know what teachers want, and you know what you want. Taking one step at a time will get us to where we want to. Please mute your mic. Okay, please mute your mic. So a school doesn't need its best people overnight. Can you mute your mic, please? But you have to. Oh my. So a school doesn't lose its best people overnight. It doesn't. It doesn't. It takes time, and then they try, they complain, they don't see any changes, they try to express themselves, they are turned down, they put in their best, they're not appreciated, and it doesn't seem like there is any compassion when working with them. They will leave. So just one unfair decision, okay? You know, one unfair conversation, one unanswered concern, one discouraging experience at a time. You just keep letting them form layers over and over and over. You find out that you're going to lose them. So you can ask yourself this question now that if my best teacher resigned today, would I honestly know why? I believe that probably in our schools we have one or two teachers who we want to term as the best or probably up and going. Now, picture that person before you and ask yourself that if I were to lose my best teacher today, would I sincerely know why? If you do, then you know what to do. If you don't, then you know what to do. It means that you're not responsive. You don't think before you act. You don't respond. You're not present. Okay? Cost number 2. Children stop believing in themselves. What I'm learning now about how we think and how humans are, because I do a lot of reading and asking of questions, is that everything starts in our brain. Everything starts in our mind. When we are not confident in ourselves, we don't believe in ourselves, and then teachers or school leaders contribute to that, it can be very costly. Even as adults, sometimes an adult needs permission to do certain things. And that's because that's how we're brought up, to always look left, right, center before we take the most simplistic measures or actions that will benefit us. We are so used to, talking to seeking opinions from everyone because that's how we're brought up. We're never brought up to think. We're just brought up to follow instructions, and it followed most of us to adulthood. So when children stop believing in themselves, that's very costly. Children may never meet the proprietor, but every decision the proprietor makes eventually reaches that child. So if teachers work in fear, children often learn in fear. I told you probably in our earlier discussions that emotions are contagious. When a teacher is happy and walks into the class, in a happy mood, it spreads to the children. And when a teacher is agitated and walks into the classroom, it will affect the children. Take it or leave it. So whatever decisions the leader makes, it would affect the teacher. It would definitely seep to the children. And if teachers feel respected, children are more likely going to feel respected. You see how leadership travels down? And it does that silently and powerfully. So please ask yourself again, what emotional experience are children having because of the culture I have created in my school or in my classroom? Please ask yourself these questions. Number one, if my best teacher leaves, do I know the reason why? This is just bringing everybody's attention to what is very important. The second question is, what emotional experience are children having because of the culture I have created? I personally believe that having a happy space for children and educators to thrive will give you the best results. When teachers feel safe and respected, when children feel safe and respected, guess what? You can go to bed and sleep. Especially knowing how we were all brought up. Body shaming, mind shaming, intellect shaming, everything shaming. And then you grow up and you're expected to be smart and intelligent and forward thinking. How? How? So what I want to urge us to do is to always remember that we need to work on ourselves. If we don't know who we are as leaders, there is no way we are going to help children to be leaders. Always ask yourself core questions. Who am I? What do I represent? Am I just running a school blindly? Am I running my life blindly? What is grounding me on earth? Why do I exist? When you know who you are, you know what you represent, you know why you set up a school, you know why you employ certain teachers, you know how you respond, why you respond to children or teachers in certain ways. You can always back what you do. Definitely, there will be peace, there will be calm, there will be forward thinking, there will be growth. Okay? So let us take our positions as leaders more seriously, and we'll find out that you will begin to see everything ripple backwards to you. The third cost, parents quietly stop trusting you. Not every school, or did I say, not every parent complains. Some complain over and over and over again, and then they stop. Some simply and quietly leave, you know. And I've even had situations, on a serious note, where a parent will just leave. And when you ask, tell us why. I personally like to ask a parent, why are you leaving? Not because I don't want you to go. I will never ask you because I don't want you to go. No. I want to know why you left. And for me, that feedback is powerful. So there was one particular parent, my mind went to a particular parent. Fantastic, beautiful, the children were thriving, everybody was having a nice time. I just said, who? This person is going. And I was shocked because I didn't expect that parent to leave because there was fantastic rapport. It was lovely. The children were having a nice time and they wanted to leave. So I reached out, and a lot of times people respond to you in the way they assume they would respond, or they just assume you're going to think in a particular way, and then they respond to that assumption. So she assumed I was asking her because I didn't want her to leave, but I really sincerely wanted to know why, because it would save me, saving another child. But she said, no, 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 nothing, just like that. Nothing, just like that. They couldn't tell me why. And for some reason, my mind went to one small incident that happened. And it helped me. That was, in fact, I think it was over 10 years ago. The moment she said, no, just like that, there is no reason, nothing, just like that, my mind just went to a particular incident that happened. I don't know if Allah was talking to me, but I just felt that was what happened. And I don't know if I should share it with you. I don't know if I should share it with you. Maybe if we finish early, if anybody remembers to remind me, I will share it. Then that will be Allah's way of telling me that I should share it. So some will just leave quietly, some will remain, but some stop recommending your school. And I want you to remember this. Parents may first notice your facilities. That's what is obvious, what they see. But they remain because of their experience. So experience for me is a big one. There might be nothing in your school. Your school might be empty. It might not be colorful. It might be dry. It might be small. But trust me, if the children experience love, support, they learn, they're improving, they will cry if their parents come to pick them. I'm telling you this for a fact. Experience is a big one. So, what I'm saying here is please relax and think back at the kind of experience you are giving your children. I also have I have feedback, I have justifications for what I'm saying. Experience is key. What are the children experiencing? What are the teachers experiencing? What do parents experience? Okay. So trust is earned in every interaction. Okay. Every phone call, every complaint, every meeting, every promise kept or unkept. Just ask yourself the third question: if I were a parent in my own school, would I confidently recommend it to another family? If I were a parent in my own school, would I confidently recommend it to another family? Okay. Number 4, if innovation dies. When teachers are afraid of criticism, I think I've also said this in our previous talk. If teachers are afraid of criticism, that is the kind of space or environment you create is not comfortable or safe enough for them to try new things because they feel you're going to criticize, you're going to mock, you're going to condemn or shame them, they will not try because they're scared of making mistakes. Okay. So they stop trying new ideas, they stop asking questions, they stop sharing solutions, and eventually they stop caring. And schools don't become stagnant because teachers lack ability. Many become stagnant because leadership unintentionally punishes creativity. So ask yourself this question: are you in those shoes? Are you putting on those shoes? Do your teachers feel safe enough to think differently? These are serious questions that would really help us as leaders in whatever capacity to make everyone within our space thrive. We're not here to make friends. We're not here to shame anyone. We're not here to look for mistakes. In fact, I usually tell teachers in my trainings that when you work with children, your intention should not be you want to see who is going to fail. Or when you give tests or examinations, your intention is not to see who will fail. Your intention is to see how many children you can take from not knowing to knowing through different methods. Okay. So please ask yourself that question. Do your teachers feel safe enough to think differently? If they don't, that means that you should just change your approach. It's harmless, it's free. Change your approach. Everybody will talk. Let them say. It doesn't really matter. Number 5, the leader becomes the bottleneck. Some schools cannot function without the proprietor. Every single decision you have to wait for the proprietor. Please tell me how that works. How wouldn't there be burnout? Honestly, it can't work. Every single approval, every complaint, every problem must pass through one person. How do you breathe? How? In my opinion, that's not leadership. That is outright dependence. A healthy school should grow stronger because of the leader, not become weaker because the leader is absent. You know, in fact, there's a school that they they actually complained to me, and they told me that every single thing that happens, they have to wait for the owner of the school to acknowledge, every expense to acknowledge. How can that work? You can't micromanage in 2026. You wouldn't be micromanaging if you've done your homework well, if you've given all your teachers the skills that they need. You won't even micromanage if your teachers have done the right thing with the children. You wouldn't need to micromanage children in a classroom. Are we on the same page? We as leaders, if we're not ready to develop ourselves, we're going to remain the same and we will believe that we are changing and the same cycle would continue and you will wonder what you are doing wrong. It's because you have not checked yourself. We haven't checked ourselves. We haven't asked ourselves all these deep questions. It's not about running a school. You know, what we used to do then was that we just have the head of school write down what he needs for the term and then we credit him. He goes on, runs the school, and then he gives us a breakdown of how everything was expended. If there's anything that isn't sure, we ask questions. It's answered in a brief meeting, and we move on. So if you are still a school owner that does all this micromanaging, you just want to kill yourself. What you need to do now is to get back to the drawing table, train your teachers, equip them with the ability to run the school in your absence. And believe me, if you do a good job, they will run that school even if you're not there for 2 terms. I'm telling you. I am speaking from experience. I'm telling you. All right, so ask yourself, have I built a school or have I built a job for myself? If you cannot run a school, or if your school can't run without you, if your classroom can't run without you for senior students, it's a job. So let me ask you one final question again, okay? When your teachers speak about you in your absence, what do you hope they say? When parents mention your school's name, what emotions come to your mind? Okay? When children remember your school 20 years from now, what will they remember the most? Because leadership leaves fingerprints everywhere, on culture, on people, on memories, on your future. The beautiful thing about leadership is that, every hidden cost can become a hidden opportunity because that's feedback. If you listen, if you hear, if you pay attention, you will know that that is feedback. You take full advantage of it. A leader who listens can rebuild that trust because you know that, okay, this happened because of that. What I need to do is to restructure. Let me give you a hint here. What we used to do is after every single major event, or after every catastrophe, or after every accident, there is an immediate staff meeting. Immediate staff meeting. What happened? What went wrong? What could we have done better? And the intention behind that is to see that it doesn't happen again. Please take this and run. It would really help. Now, a leader who learns can transform his culture or her culture. Okay? A leader who serves can inspire excellence because you're not going there to be the high and mighty. You're actually going there to serve. I always have the intention of serving children. My own priority is the child because I know what damage we do to children when we are not doing the right thing starting from when they're very young. I know the damage because it goes along with that child till adulthood. If you see you talk or behave in certain ways, or you make decisions or spend money in certain ways, everything started from when you were very young. We will take that topic and I'll help you dissect everything, which is very important to look to yourself as a leader. What is it about me that I'm translating in my school? What is it about me that is being translated in the culture that exists in my school? If teachers are not listening, there is something. If teachers are not paying attention, there is something. If teachers are rude, there is something. If parents are reacting in a certain way, there is something. Are we paying attention? Do we really want transformation, or we just want to make money and run a business? There are so many issues when it comes to running a school that I wish there's just no time. So, a leader who serves can actually inspire excellence because he or she is attentive. And a leader who grows will eventually grow the entire school. I'll leave you with this thought. The true measure of school leadership is not the size of the building. It is the quality of the lives that are shaped inside that building. So this week, please don't ask, how can I make my school better? That is not the kind of question to ask. Just ask, how can I become a better leader for my teachers, my parents, and my children? Because when the leader changes, trust grows. The teachers will flourish, parents become partners, children thrive, and schools become places where futures are built every single day. Thank you so much for joining me. Ooh. So before we ask any questions, before our contributions, I would like to call on our special guest, our spotlight. Can you come on board, please? Sister Zainab Mohammed from Little Scholars in Kaduna. Is she around? Miss Zainab? Sister Zainab Mohammed? Can somebody poke her? Oh my, Little Scholars. I remember when Little Scholars opened. It was a school that was well known, and I believe she was one of the very first staff. Oh, why? Where are you? Okay. So if you have questions, let's give us
Assalamu
some time.
alaikum.
Ya salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You scared me. Where did you go to?
I've been sitting, I didn't move an inch. Network is very poor.
Oh my. So let's hurry up. Let's hurry up before network misbehaves again.
Yes. So in case I go off,
Okay.
it's network.
All right, no problem. So please, I would like you to introduce yourself, your school, how long you've been in operation, and what is it about your school that stands out before I ask our questions that I believe other members here can have a spotlight or insights from you.
Hello. I hope you can hear. I've stopped
Yes,
hearing.
yes, I can hear
Can you
you.
hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
My name is Zainab Mohammed
No,
Zainab.
no.
I work with Little Scholar Schools, Kaduna, or better, CAD Little Scholar Schools, Kaduna. I think I have worked with Little Scholar Schools since February 2004. That's when the school
Wow,
started.
mashallah.
And currently, I'm the school's assistant head teacher.
Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. So 2004 to now is like 22 years.
Yes.
Very good. So we have the best person to ask our questions. So what we want to do is we want to ask you questions so that everyone listening will be able to learn from you and probably implement in their own schools. So what we've done is to give us general knowledge that we can take advantage of, and should I say, refashion it into what suits us, depending on where our school is. But your own sit right now is to give us tips and ideas on how we can use those, what worked for you, and use that information to improve our own standards. So, the first question is, what is one leadership decision, right? One leadership decision you made that completely changed the direction of your school? That is you as a person, not the head teacher or the proprietor, you as a deputy head teacher. What decision did you make? What leadership decision did you make that completely changed the direction of your school? And why did it make such a difference? Why did it make such a difference? I hope everyone is listening. Grab your pens. So just let it come. Anyhow it comes, you would understand. Are you there? Network isn't being fair with us right now.
There are several. Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Oh, beautiful. Please go ahead.
Only if you cannot hear me.
I can hear you now.
Okay. I think for me, the biggest thing that has worked for me and is still working for me is learning to be a follower, not just a leader. For you to successfully lead, you must learn to follow those who are leading you and also follow those who you are following, so that you to give them opportunity to show you what they can do. Then
Okay.
you people can move forward.
Beautiful. That is very insightful, sincerely. But what I would like you to do is, can you give us one practical example so that everyone can actually put it into context and understand it and make use of it from tomorrow?
Let me think. Okay, something practical. In the school setting, the classroom teacher is the leader of the classroom.
Yes.
So you must learn to let him lead his classroom. If you would enter his classroom for any reason, for you to actually succeed in whatever takes you into his classroom, you must learn to let him lead you in that classroom. I don't know if I'm making sense. Or learn to let him lead his classroom. Let him be in charge of his classroom.
Okay.
Whether or not you are in him or not, you
Wait.
must learn to let that lead his classroom.
Okay. Can I quickly come in here? Letting him lead his classroom, I think that is like allowing him to, that is you as a leader, not micromanaging. Okay. But I want to know how you follow your teacher in such a way that that helps you. What is it that, you told us that when you follow who you are following and you follow who is leading you, it gives you some serious insight. So I want you to give us those kind of examples because you can say it can sound nice, But for us to translate it in our schools might be difficult until you give us, how you actually follow your followers. It's easier to follow your leader because, of course, you don't want to lose your job as teachers. But how do you follow? Yeah, it's funny, right? How do you follow those you are following? You understand? The point you gave is
The
fantastic. You don't want to micromanage, so you let the teacher lead their classroom. But how do you
listen to
actually
them.
follow? Pardon?
You have to listen to them and let them take decisions that concern them.
Okay, I get what you're saying now.
Let them take decisions that concern their area of management. In this
Okay,
case, classroom or whatever section of your school the
okay,
person is in charge.
okay, okay,
Let
okay,
them take decisions
okay,
concerning that.
okay, okay. All right, I think I understand.
Trying to space.
I get what you're saying now. So you follow your those that are following you by allowing them to take decisions on their areas of jurisdiction, right?
Yes, let them
Okay,
lead where they are the leader.
okay,
So, and if you let him lead in his space,
okay,
you are the follower of that space for
okay.
that time.
I understand you. I understand you. Beautiful. Alhamdulillah. Okay. I hope we all got that. I hope we all got that. You follow those who are following you by allowing them to contribute, within their capacity. And then you tend to learn because you have the opportunity to actually hear how they think, to see how they see, to actually read their own reports and to give them agency. So in a way, you are following them because you're actually learning from them as the leader because you're not micromanaging, you're not dictating all the time. You are allowing them to lead. So that is, in fact, this is valuable. I hope we are all jotting, okay? So our second question, I'll be going over to the next question. This is tough. How do you handle difficult conversations with teachers while preserving their dignity? Remember, we are talking about
I'm
you now as a person, not what is supposed to be.
I'm sorry to say, there's no way to manage difficult conversations.
Okay?
It doesn't have a management formula. It's unfortunate. When you have to have difficult conversations with people,
Yeah.
you just have them. The only thing you must try to do is to make sure you speak to them as respectfully and kindly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But difficult conversations must be had.
Mm. Yeah. So,
There's no
yes. Yeah. When when they want to say something and they start by saying sorry to say, just know that they're going to blow you or they're going to drop a bomb. And she just did. She said, I'm sorry,
I
yo.
don't know.
I'm
And
sorry, yo. But those
okay.
decisions have
I'm
to be
trying
made.
not
Okay. But I
because
want.
I don't know how you want to tell someone he's messing up without saying you are messing up. You
Mm-hmm,
just telling me, my friend, you are messing up.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. So your way of handling those decisions is just hitting the nail on the head, bam.
Yes,
But
while
how do you
being as
preserve? How do
polite,
you? Aha. Okay, beautiful. You said that as politely as possible.
yes, and kind. There's something every school leader, every teacher must invest in as a person is emotional intelligence. You
Mhm,
must learn to be emotionally intelligent enough to manage people how they deserve to be managed properly.
mhm. All right. So can you give us maybe one or two tips, right, for those of us who aren't emotionally intelligent yet? Or some of us who think we are emotionally intelligent but aren't, or some of us who are already emotionally intelligent, but we want to hear from somebody else who has practiced over 22 years, you know, and we want to take this example you are giving and run with it and begin to implement it probably in our summer classes that is currently running. How can we preserve dignity? I've seen spaces where school leaders are not capable of passing this kind of difficult, discussions or information without shaming the teacher or running down the teacher. Some don't really know how to do it. And trust me, they are only doing it that way because that is how they saw it and that's probably how they were brought up. So that's excuse for them. But how do you think we can help educators listening to you now to shift from body shaming, mind shaming, everything shaming to actually passing on difficult situations and preserving the dignity of the person we are talking about? Don't I know you said it has to be hard, right? You're starting with sorry to say you said it has to be hard, yeah. But give us one or two tips on how we can subtly preserve the dignity of the teacher we are talking to.
Okay, I'll give you a very difficult example.
Beautiful.
If you have a teacher who has body odor,
Ouch.
thank you very much. Now let's take that as a case now.
Okay.
Teacher A comes to school in the morning smelling badly.
Uh-huh.
You have to deal with
Mm-hmm.
there are several things involved.
Yes.
What's your personal relationship with teacher A like? How do you perceive teacher A? How well do you know teacher A? Those are the issues you have to look into. Do you have to discuss this thing personally with teacher A?
Mm-hmm.
If there are ways you can get this message across, I'm talking of BO now, body odor,
Uh-huh.
without having a face-to-face conversation, you can use those methods
Okay.
to sort out the issue. Let teacher A know that you can't come to school in the morning this way and stuff like that. Then that is one.
Wait,
You
hold
can
on. I didn't get one. How do you tell the person without confronting the person?
you can go in there. You can decide if you feel comfortable enough with teacher A
Okay.
to look teacher A in the face
Okay.
and tell teacher A do better about your personal hygiene.
Mm.
Do it. If you feel it's going to be too embarrassing, this is emotional intelligence
Mm-hmm.
for you to have that one conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You now explain what that means. Send a message,
Mm.
send his friend, tell it in a group. No, these are ways you can handle body odor
Mm-hmm.
because that issue is a personal issue. Let's move away from that. Now you have other issues that have to do with work or behavior at work to deal with a person. The only thing you owe this person is maybe not to embarrass the person in front of the learners or other teachers and not to be rude.
Mm.
But you will now have maybe a private conversation
Mm.
with the person,
Mm.
and maybe another person if need be.
Mm-hmm.
Then sit the person and tell the person, frankly,
Yeah.
teacher A is messing up. You
Mm-hmm.
come late to work, you don't meet deadlines. I don't like how you teach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you examples.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And while after that, you said, okay, now that you did, how can I help you?
Mm.
Okay, you are too late. What is the problem? How can I help you? Do you need support getting to work? Do you need someone to help you with housework? Okay, find that. While trying to rebuke the person for wrongdoing,
Mm.
you must add help with solution.
Yeah.
How do you fix it?
Mm.
Okay, teacher A, you are not meeting targets.
Mm.
You are supposed to submit this document. You're supposed to fill this form by so date. What is the problem?
Mm.
Is it your phone? You don't have a computer?
Mm.
Do you have problems by data?
Yeah. Oh, your voice has gone. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. If you can hear me, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh my, I can't
Oh,
hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yes, you're back.
Hello?
Yes, you're back. You're back. I
Hello?
can hear you.
Okay, where did I stop? Okay.
Mm. Reaching out and
So
trying to.
reach out. While reaching out, you must help the person with solution. How
Okay.
do you fix it? If the person has a problem with classroom control,
Mm.
okay, you put the person some training to help the person manage classroom. If need be, attach him to a co-teacher for the person to learn classroom management.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a teacher who is struggling with personal issues
Mm.
by attaching with a co-teacher who is emotionally stable.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this person has this time to work with him.
Mm.
Work with him through it. You don't have to deal with it personally.
Okay.
That is where emotional intelligence comes in.
Okay, this is powerful. So we have two major points from Little Scholars. The very first one is follow the followers and also follow the leader. I believe that not all of us know how to follow our followers, and I believe that it's also a very good point that she has shared for everyone. Please try to see how we can imbibe this in our schools, because to tell you the truth, you as leader will be the one to rest, because you no longer need to micromanage. Allow them to make their mistakes, let them feel comfortable, and come, let your door be open. You have the open door policy, so once they do whatever they do, they make mistakes, they can easily come to you and then you correct, or you guide, not necessarily correct, you guide. And then the second thing she's saying is she gave us tips on how to handle difficult situations. Coincidentally, this example you gave actually happened in a school I was with. The teachers they came to me and they complained, right? They complained that somebody um, had this particular issue and they didn't know how to tell her because they weren't sure of how she was going to respond. And I needed to be sure that it's not just one person, two teachers confirmed. So I asked them if they wanted me to call them, or call the teacher, or they would do it themselves. They said no, they won't be able to do it themselves. That's why they came to me. They wanted me to talk to the person. Luckily, the person has a gentle heart. So we called the person to the office. We told her what they have noticed. In a very nice and gentle way, we pampered her in the office, and she was like, okay. And I asked her how she was feeling, and she said she was doing fine. One of them offered to give her deodorant because she makes kamshi. The name of her business is Zikamshi. She offered that she was going to give her certain kinds of deodorant. She taught her how to use it on her body, blah 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 blah. And at the end of that discussion, everybody was happy, and I couldn't believe what had just happened in my office. And this is because the person in question has a gentle heart. The person in question. There are certain people who see such corrections as an attack, and it would be evident in the way they respond. So these are two very good examples. She has told us that we should follow our followers and follow our leaders. And the second one is that whenever we have to have difficult situations, we should also, handle difficult discussions while maintaining the dignity of the teacher or whoever we are communicating with. We should also see how we can come up with solutions for the person, not just attack, attack, attack. Okay, what's the problem? How can I help you out? Do you want me to do this for you? That person feels cared for, feels supported, and would definitely want to improve. All right. From Little Scholars, is there one last advice or one last tip from all of your years of experience that you feel that any school leader or teacher can benefit from in one sentence?
Ah, I don't know. One sentence.
Yes. Some people want to ask questions, and we are almost heading to 1 hour now. Pardon?
Is it for teaching or life generally? For teaching or life generally?
Pardon?
Is it for teaching or life generally?
Anything that you feel will benefit teachers or school leaders from your experience. Something that must have stood out in your experience that you feel that, no, if I tell them anything like this, it's definitely going to help.
Okay. For school leaders, school teachers, nobody can exist in isolation. Our job is way difficult, and more often than not, too poorly paid for you to think you can get away with doing it wrongly. A lot of people everywhere, sorry, it's more than a sentence. A lot of people everywhere assume they can teach us our jobs. That's the problem of being a teacher. Everybody assumes they can teach. Nobody goes to the doctor's office to tell the doctor how to treat him. But you have a lot of.
You're off again. I can't hear you. You're off, you're off, you're off. I can't hear you.
So for you to hello.
You're back.
All right. For you to exist and succeed as a school teacher, a school leader, you must be on top of your job.
Beautiful.
You just have to be on top of your job.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. So that is Sister Zainab Mohammed from Little Scholars Kaduna, and she has shared insights to all of us on how, she was able to successfully, work in that school for 22 years, and she has grown to leadership, and she has given us a lot of tips. I hope we're able to benefit from that. And going forward, Jazakillah khairan, thank you so much for coming up. It's not easy to be on the spotlight, but Alhamdulillah, Allah has blessed you with wisdom, and you've shared what you've learned over the years. So I hope everybody has learned from her tonight. I'll be opening the floor now for questions. If you have questions, if you have contributions, kindly raise up your hands, and then I'll permit you as you come. So the first person, the name here is not name not available. What is your name? What's is the name of your school, and which state are you coming from? Is it a question or a contribution? And go ahead, please.
From Kaduna State, Lawal, from Kaduna, Al-Bamin Academy.
Okay.
So I want to ask pertaining to following the followers. It will be a kind of question at the same time. I need a better clarification. Are we saying that when a teacher is coming on board, they usually come with their kind of culture, their mindset, what they've learned in other places? They might want to bring it into the school, and it might not be in tender with your school rules or what you do in the school. Are we saying that we should allow such teachers to keep doing those things, or we need to correct and tell them, no, this is what we do? Because allowing them to do those things, I'm thinking, will not be in line with our school vision or what we do in those schools. So I still cannot. I want to really relate it so that.
Okay, I understand you. So Zainab, do you want to respond, or I should just tell you? I think the answer is it's a little clear, but I mean, Zainab.
I'm with you. You can respond. I'm sure you understand.
Yes. I believe that what she's saying is that is, of course, assuming that you've already done the groundwork before placing them in any class. So they must have been running in your school. They already understand how the school works. They already understand the do's and the don'ts, and then they get into the class. So going forward, you allow them because you have meetings, you've trained them, they've done their lesson plans. So you just let them run their classrooms. So,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, sorry.
Let the teacher run his classroom.
Okay, I understand. I think I get it now.
Yes.
After doing the groundwork, giving them the orientation what to do.
Of course.
Now, teachers believe that if they want to bring in change, they believe, why don't you change this? For example, let's say you set 20 questions, and the teacher is coming on board, and he believes, why don't we make it 15?
Yes.
And asks, what's the reason? And he's saying, probably student will not do better if you have more questions. And you change, you decide, okay, let's do that. Let's change it to 15. Another teacher comes maybe after a while, believing, no, why don't we make it 25? I'm just giving an example. And keep changing that. And when you resist, let's say when you say no, let's just leave it at that. There are people who believe you are conservative, you are too conserved, you do not want to change. How do you relate change and believing in something and being firm about it, that no, there are things we can change and there are things we do not change consistently? So how do you relate those two?
Well, what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do? What I'm going to do is I'll just respond to your own question in isolation, right? Just the way you said it.
Okay.
When you want to handle any situation regarding your school, definitely there is a reason why you set it up in the first place. For instance, you want to set your questions in a particular way that aligns with the vision and mission of your school, right? And you said, okay, in my school, I want it to be 5 questions, because we've learned that when children answer questions that are not many, they tend to take their time, they don't rush, there's no tension, and they answer well. Then a teacher comes into your school and says, oh, in our school, or in the schools I've worked in before, it's actually 15. And when children answer 15 questions, you have the opportunity to see how they respond to a wider variety of questions.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
does it align with the core vision and mission of your school? Yes or no? That is where you're going to start from. So it helps you have a grounding from the beginning, and you don't have to be going and following everybody everywhere because you've already done your homework. The school was set up for a reason. There was a vision, there was their core values. So it will limit the rate at which you change or shift anything because everybody coming in will now understand that, okay, they cannot change it because this is the vision of the school. And if anybody comes with anything that is new, that also aligns with the vision of the school, but contradicts what is currently running, then you cannot have a round table and see which is better. And because your root is the vision and mission, there wouldn't be need to too much changing because the vision and mission isn't changing.
Yes.
You understand?
Okay,
So
thank you.
nobody will see you as being rigid because you have something that is guiding your actions and your decisions.
Okay, I get it.
Yes. All right. Thank
Just
you so
trying
much.
to ask.
So of course, that's
Just
why we
trying.
are here. That's why we are here. So anybody else with questions? Anybody else with questions? Before we end today's lessons, do we have questions or do we have contributions? We have people we have Kaduna, we have Osun. Which other states do we have? If you're not in Kaduna, or okay, we have somebody, we have we have Saidat Olarinoye also. Saidat, please ask your question. Saidat, is she on? Okay, if she's not on, Tawakkalt. Tawakkalt, please ask your question. All right, they are raising their hands, but they're not saying anything. Albanim, thank you for your insightful questions. I believe it was a good insight for everyone to pick from, and they can take it to their schools.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. All right. So two people raised up their hands, but they're not available. Could it be network? Okay. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please ask your questions. Tell me your name, your school, and the state you're joining us from, please.
Joining from
Pardon? I didn't hear you.
Dari Salam International School, Kaduna.
Okay, Kaduna. Kaduna, we are going to buy your state too. Bismillah. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. What's your question again? Uh-oh. I can't hear you. Can you type your question?
Hello?
Yes, you're here. I can hear you now. What did you say?
My question is interesting on emotional intelligence.
Okay, please quickly ask your question while we can hear you. Please make it brief so that we'd pick you before your voice goes off again.
Somebody that doesn't have a habit that
Oh, I can't hear you.
what about child where you just say that he or she
I didn't get you. I did. If anybody heard what she said, maybe you can unmute
like
and repeat. I can't hear what you're saying. Your voice
hello?
is off. Your voice is off. Oh my. Or can you type it? Can you type it?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Quickly ask your question. Oh.
I said if you want to call somebody
If you want to do
who
what?
feels he or she is always right.
He or she is always okay. Can you please just type it? Your network seems to be fluctuating. So just type it and then we can read it out and then we'll talk about it. So, Saidat, can you please answer? Saidat, go on. Unmute and go on, please. Hurry up, please. Let's make use of the time we have left. If Saidat is not there, we have just unmute your mic and ask. Please unmute your mic and ask your question if you're available. I can see 3 hands are up. Quickly ask, quickly ask. Time is going.
Hello?
Yes, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Name, school, position held, and what state are you joining us from? Okay. Okay, from which school? Okay, TFID. Okay, yes. Bismillah.
We had a discussion before that I should hold on to today.
Hello. Oh boy. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. I can hear you.
Yes, please. Yes, go ahead. What did you say?
I said we had a discussion before.
Okay.
That you said I should let it. I should today.
Okay, what's the question, please? I wouldn't remember. I really chat with a lot of people.
I talk about the new curriculum. How we can approach it for this new academic.
Okay, you say how can we approach or make use the new curriculum in this new academic session?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is your question?
Yes.
Your question is very ambiguous. What exactly are you trying to say? Are you saying what is the major concern that you have about the new curriculum? Is it the text?
I mean, I'm not really paid.
Hello.
How that is.
Okay, you haven't seen it.
Yes, so we haven't.
That's then you are good to go. If you haven't seen the curriculum, it hasn't reached you, then you don't need to disturb yourself. Continue with what you have until you have the new curriculum, and then you can switch.
My question now is.
Your question now is what? Your voice has gone off.
Does it exist?
I can't hear you. Does it what?
Exist.
Does the curriculum exist?
Yes, the new one.
Wait, hold on. I thought you said it's out.
That one.
Don't read it. Don't disturb yourself. If it is out, it will be easily accessible. There's somebody on. Please mute your mic for a while. Let me finish with our account, please. Then you can join us. Okay. Yes, please. I don't think you should bother yourself. If you don't have the new curriculum yet, I have been hearing about it since last year. I haven't seen it, so I'm not bothered about it. So once once it's accessible, then we can switch and begin to use it. But in the meantime, we can continue with what we are using. And nobody's going to come and harass you in your school that you're not using it because it hasn't been widely spread. Okay? So I believe that, yes, I believe that is okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Somebody, yes. Just unmute your mic and ask. Unmute your mic and ask, please. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Your name, school, and then the state you're joining us from. From? Kaduna. Oh, okay.
Pertaining to all the new curriculum, can add my voice to this?
Of course, yes, please.
Okay. So, the curriculum is already out, and schools do not see into it to have a large dose because the examination.
Your voice isn't clear. At all.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Or can you hear me now?
Well, we can hear you. You can manage.
The examination board will set their exam questions based on the new curriculum. It has already started. I can tell you this year, the set exam on this and
What
it is on the new.
exams? What exams? Are you talking about SSC?
Yes, SS3,
Okay.
Even the GSP.
Okay.
So now we are even instructed. There are 3 classes, SS1 and 2, GSS1 and 2, are to use the new curriculum.
How can
That's
people
primary.
get access? How can schools get access? Your voice is not clear. I don't know why your voice is not clear. It was clear before, but now it's not clear at all.
Okay, you can ask around because somebody yesterday. Yes, I called a friend.
Okay. Can we get it at the ministry?
I think so. Or you can apps in that.
Okay, NAPS platform.
Help.
Okay, fine. So we can.
Yes, they can.
Okay, beautiful. So NAPS platforms. Then what about textbooks? Are textbooks out yet that reflect the new curriculum?
I think so because there are some teachers also came. They came to the school to also invite for a particular workshop.
Your voice is not clear.
Workshop.
Okay, no problem. I think we get the general. No, your voice it's going off and on, but currently it's not very clear at all. I'm practically straining. At a point, it came up. So no problem. Thanks. So Tawakal here has confirmed that it's available. So probably we just go to NAPS platforms to inquire and go ahead with getting it implemented in our schools. Alhamdulillah. So is there anyone else before we close for tonight? Before we close?
Hello, ma.
Yes, please.
Please, probably the amount of the curriculum. If possible, you can make audio of it and send it later after this meeting. So that you can get clear of a business connection.
Okay. So please, Al-Banim Academy, kindly drop a voice note. I think that would be better. Please drop a voice note on the WhatsApp group so that we can hear you clearly. Yes, so that they can know where to get it, tips on who to contact, or probably there's a soft copy that can be shared on the platform so that we can help ourselves out. That's a very good one, Tawakal. Thank you so much for that idea. It didn't even cross my mind. All right. So I believe we'll be closing for tonight. Thank you so much for coming up. And may the Almighty Allah grant us leaders who lead with wisdom, humility, and compassion. And may He make our schools places where every child is seen and valued and empowered to flourish. I also want to say that we as school leaders should always be reflective and look at ourselves first and understand that every single teacher that comes to our schools, they have something they are coming with. They didn't come to our schools by accident. They have something to share. They also have past experiences that influence how they think. So we as leaders should be able to understand all of this and then bring them to a uniform space from which they can now go to their classrooms and then disseminate what it is we have taught them. May the Almighty Allah be with us and bring us together again next week, Monday, to this institution. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Do we have anybody from the south here apart from Ocean State?